was turning around, and then of course the next day go 0 for 5, I think, or 0 for 4 with 4 ground balls to the right side. Just was really frustrating. Felt like I basically didn't bring anything to the table that day in a game when we could have used a couple of key hits. And you get the day off and kind of get a chance to catch your breath. And came out early on Tuesday and swung a little bit and kind of started to feel a little bit better. And then, to be honest with you, I felt a lot better. And then my first at bat, I'm like, here we go again. Fouled a ball off my shin, swung at a ball in the dirt, and then it just kind of clicked for me. So it's a weird game.
You do that against 3 different pitchers in the same game, though. What's the significance of that to you in that process of trying to get right?
Well, I think the biggest thing for me was having a couple of good at-bats against a guy like Liriano. He hides the ball really well. Obviously, left on left, he's a lot tougher. But to stay through a pitch up in the zone like that, a breaking ball away from me, was kind of a telltale sign. And then the 2 righties that they brought in, just fastballs out over the plate. I think the second one, I can't remember if it was the second or third one, it looked like they were trying to go in, and it came back out over the plate. But those are pitches that early on I was fouling off or rolling over. So, I mean, it was nice to finally make some solid contact and to drive the ball.
Chris, for all you just described about feeling in a groove or not in a groove, isn't that not testament to the mental aspect of this game? And how do you get through all the ups and downs?
Well, I think you're absolutely right. I mean, this game is a lot about failure, and we talk about that all the time. But knowing how to deal with it mentally is just as big as going about your physical work every day. And I think probably one of the best things that ever happened to me was to struggle as bad as I did in Texas, because it taught me how to kind of grind through that. And I know everybody wanted me to start off hot this year like I did last year. I wanted that too. I knew it probably wasn't a reality, but at the same time, I still thought, if you've done it once, you can do it again. But I was getting ahead of myself, and I just continued to tell myself that I knew it was going to be there. I wasn't right physically, and finally when I was able to get my body where it needed to be, my swings kind of started to come along. And sometimes you just got to take your time with power, and it can be really frustrating at times, but you just try to stay on top of the ball.